أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونستعينه ونصلي على رسوله الكريم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Ramadan Mubarak, كل عام وانتم بخير. May Allah accept our fasting, our prayers, our charity and all the good deeds that Allah give us tawfiq to perform in this holy month of Ramadan. May Allah guide us and help us to sustain the spirit of Ramadan after Ramadan in the next 11th month, inshallah. And sisters, this year again, unfortunately, we had a different start dates for the month of Ramadan. Some brothers and sisters are fasting today on February 18, and some are going to start fasting from February 19. Why this division? I just want to explain quickly. Hilal Committee of Canada strictly follows the requirement of crescent sighting, which is the guidance of Rasulullah ﷺ, and has been practiced by all Muslims throughout 15 centuries, the visibility of the moon, the visibility of the crescent. But in this scientific age, Hilal Committee of Canada last year decided that we should also include the scientific evidence for the visibility of the moon, because science is so advanced and the astronomical calculations are absolutely precisely by a smallest degree are accurate. There is no doubt. Now some brothers and sisters have confusion, and their confusion is valid. There are few organizations in North America and they follow the scientific evidence for the moon sighting. And Hilal Committee of Canada also follows the scientific evidence for moon sighting. Why then there is a difference? The difference is that Hilal Committee of Canada strictly uses science that is based upon the criteria defined by Rasulullah ﷺ, the visibility of the moon. The other organizations, those who also follow the scientific evidence, they are not careful with respecting the guidance of Rasulullah ﷺ. They just have their own criteria that regardless whether crescent sights or does not sight, they just announce that it is meeting their requirements, their criteria, so they announce the moon sighting. So both organizations, or Hilal Committee of Canada and few other organizations, I'm not going to mention names, they are following the calculation, but the difference is they are not following the criteria of Rasulullah ﷺ, the visibility of the moon. Because on February 17, it was impossible, not difficult, to witness the moon in Saudi Arabia. I challenge anyone, if they can prove me through scientific evidence, which is credible evidence, that there was a sighting of the moon, I will pay them $1,000 from my own pocket. Prove me that scientific evidence is that there was a moon sighting. I don't buy when people come and say, I saw the moon. It has to be credible. Islam is not a joke. Sharia is not a joke. People's ibadat are not joke. So we have to take it very seriously. And the Hilal Committee of Canada take it very seriously, because we are responsible. For those who follow Hilal Committee, the decision is made by the ulama. And by the way, in Hilal Committee of Canada, we have a network of ulama, and they are not just Indian Pakistani ulama, they are from across the world. There are Arab ulama and there are non-Arab ulama. They are from Middle East, from South Africa, from subcontinent of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. MashaAllah. It's a diverse group and they are qualified. There are ulama who are graduated from Al-Azhar University. There are ulama who are graduated from Pakistan, India, very reputable institutions. So it's not that one person is making decision. So criteria that Halal Committee uses, that the moon has to be on the 8 degrees elongation and 5 degrees altitude. Based upon the science, it will not be difficult to see the moon when it is on the elongation of 8 degrees and 5 degrees. Now, if we don't go and look for the moon, but science is saying that the moon has the elongation of 8 degrees and altitude 5 degrees, then we know it is confirmed that moon is there. And that's why Hilal Committee of Canada announces it. So we follow the science. The other organizations have their own criteria, which we believe does not meet the requirement of visibility of the moon. The scientific criteria that a new moon or new crescent has to be 8 degrees elongation and 5 degrees altitude. It is used by Turkey. And if you can confirm from Turkey that during the Khilafat Islamiyah, during Ottoman Empire, this criteria, scientific calculation, has been used by Khilafat Islamiyah, Ottoman Empire, for centuries, and everybody was following it. Now we are using the same criteria, and then people have a difficulty. And look at another aspect of it. The Saudi announcement was not accepted by Egypt, Syria, Tunisia, Jordan. They are, at least these three countries, Jordan, Egypt, and Syria, are in the same region. They have not accepted. Oman. So you can see that, don't you think that in Syria and Egypt and Jordan there are no ulama? Why they disagree with Saudi Arabia? Because they know it was a wrong decision. And the Saudi announcement is absolutely false announcement. I said I will pay $1,000 from my own pocket. Give me a scientific evidence that the crescent was visible in Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia has, their people play this kind of game, and I've seen it many times. This is not the first time they did. One more thing that I want to clarify, that alhamdulillah, our ulama are very highly qualified ulama. And we are responsible, and we take it very seriously. We will be standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah will judge us. We don't want to destroy anybody's ibadat, and we don't want to destroy our own ibadat. Now, in Canada, those who follow Saudi Arabia, I'm not saying they are wrong, but I'm saying the evidence is not there. May Allah accept their fasting too, because they are our brothers and sisters in Islam. They are not following intentionally something wrong. They are convinced that this was the right decision, so we respect that. But I am informing you, the decision made by Hilal Committee of Canada is based upon science, based upon scientific evidence. The other organization, they are also using calculation, but their criteria does not meet the criteria of Sharia. Hilal Committee of Canada's criteria meets the Sharia requirement. That's why there is a difference this time. May Allah unite all Muslims. May Allah remove this division from Muslims. Believe me, we in Islamic Supreme Council of Canada, Hilal Committee of Canada, we hate this thing. Then when we have this kind of division in this country, where our majority of people are non-Muslim, and some of them laugh at us and say, look, they are fighting on the moon. But the thing is, we cannot consciously make a decision that we know is against the Sharia. We know, our conscience know that it is against the Sharia. It is against Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam guidance. That's why we cannot just accept a big organization is saying, no, moon has been sighted. No, moon has not sighted, because science is saying. And the organization in the United States, and those in Canada, some of them follow, their own website, moonsighting.com. Go there. They clearly said, and I made a video almost a week ago, and I warned everybody that this is going to happen. And this is what unfortunately happened. It was impossible to see the moon. So alhamdulillah, I'm happy that our ulama is making the right decision based upon the Sharia. Fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Accountability to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those who are making their decision, they have their own conscience. I'm not going to judge them. Allah will judge them. May Allah unite all of us. May Allah unite the ummah of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. Wa sallallahu ta'ala ala habibi Muhammadin wa alihi wa barik wa sallam.